It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang. I'm not a conservative, but I just left the Charlie Kirk memorial, and here are my thoughts. First of all, let me just say that the memorial was absolutely beautiful. From the moment that you walked in, people were praising, singing about the Lord and about Jesus Christ, and it was so moving and it was so powerful. At times I got choking up and I started tearing up. It felt, if you could feel the presence of God there. And when I sat down, people started talking to each other, and I told people right there and then, like, I'm not a conservative. I'm a disagreeer on many issues that Charlie talked about. I don't consider myself MAGA, but I really wanted to come. And you want to know what their response was? It wasn't like this immediate backlash or what do you not like or why are you here? It was, that's okay. Thank you for coming anyways. Like, this is really cool that you came. And I thought that was really, really powerful and something that the media doesn't really say about people on the right. And so I really appreciated that. Now, the first few speakers were great. I can't remember all of their names, but they were excellent. I thought Marco Rubio did a great job. Tucker Carlson, amazing. And then, of course, Erika Kirk. I mean, when she said that she forgave the killer of her husband, I think everyone had tears running down their face. It was a beautiful moment. But some things I didn't really like and I wish were different was a few of the speakers. So Stephen Miller gave a speech where he said that the left were evil, and I didn't really appreciate that. I don't think it was appropriate. I thought it was too aggressive. And as somebody there I don't consider myself a part of the MAGA movement, I just thought that was really distasteful and not something that Charlie would have wanted or even said. Donald Trump Jr. started talking about God, which I thought was pretty disingenuous since he never talked about it before. And then Trump's speech was a campaign speech. It wasn't even about Charlie, really. And my only other thought is that I really wish they would have brought somebody from the left who knew Charlie, disagreed with him, but could talk about his character. I think that would have been really powerful and a beautiful moment for our nation. But overall, it was a beautiful service. I am so happy I went and participated in this historic event. And even though I don't agree with all of the topics, and I don't consider myself a conservative or MAGA movement, I really did appreciate the acceptance and the overall vibe of people there.
I think y'all need to sit with that one. Some of y'all need to come back to this one and be like, you really got to think. We all humans at the end of the day, so let's get to it.
That young man, I forgive him. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life.
Young white men.
That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
Yeah, do y'all love? I mean, I don't. When outside of Charlie Kirk, I don't know how much he really loved. I don't know, because by his rhetoric, and let me tell you, I seen a million clips, and then over the weekend, I had time to go watch a little 30-minute podcast with Charlie Kirk, and I sat back and I listened. And I said, most of y'all don't know. Most of y'all don't know Charlemagne the God back in 2013, 2015. Or if y'all ever heard of Star and Star Report, Star used to work in New York radio. Now he has his own podcast called Star Report. Who else? Howard Stern. This was all shock jock content. This was shock jock content to the core. And guess he didn't care who he sat on. He didn't care. So, yeah, he might love people and love humanity, but I don't think he had love for all. And I don't think he'll be so forgiving for what happened to him. I don't think so. But just by the way he is, I know he's a God-fearing Christian. I know this. He said it over and over again. Multiple people have came and said it on different podcasts, on different shows, everything. They said that he's a God-fearing Christian. But I want to say that although he may have made many great points to his content, a lot of it was out of context and further taken out of context. So that's what makes me believe I don't think he loved everyone. And I know who he did love: white men. He loved, and not in a nasty way. Let's be adults here. He wanted nothing more than, and as I do, because look, not white men. I want to see black men prosper. I want to see black men rise above the norm. I hate to see a black man be a statistic. I get where Charlie Kirk is coming from. Nothing like loving yourself and loving your people. But you don't have to tear down other people to make yourself rise above all. You don't have to tear nobody down to bring yourself up. And that, my friend, is why I don't think he really had a love for all. Because he had no problem tearing down other people. Because whether you gay or not, whether you think you're a boy and you want to live your life as a girl, a Christian, God says love all, right? Now, let God be the judge. He without sin cast the first stone. Do y'all know where that came from? When a woman was a whore and she got caught cheating with the married man, and she was married, and they dug a hole, put her in it, and was asking Jesus, hey, stone this lady. So what Jesus do? He got down there with her. He said, "He without sin cast the first stone," and slowly everybody started backing away. All right, so I'm just saying, yes, he was tearing people down. Let's not act like we ain't all see the same thing. He might not have done it every time, but like I said, he did a lot of it. I mean, watch my live a few nights ago. He turned down LeBron James, turned down black women, turned down Simone Biles. And it's a pattern of the people who he's tearing down to do what? Lift himself up. Oh, black women ain't smarter than a white man. But, hey, man, I'm just here to give my opinion, you know, and if you feel free to put your opinion in the chat, because it is what it is.
On the afternoon of September 10th, I arrived at a Utah hospital to do the unthinkable, to look directly at my husband's murdered body. I saw the wound that ended his life. I felt everything you would expect to feel. I felt shock. I felt horror and a level of heartache that I didn't even know existed. But there was something else too. Even in death, I could see the man that I love. I saw the one single gray hair on the side of his head, which I never told him about. Now he knows. Sorry, baby, I'm telling you now, but never told him. Didn't want to. I also saw this. I also saw on his lips the faintest smile. And that told me something important. It revealed to me a great mercy from God in this tragedy. When I saw that, it told me Charlie didn't suffer. Even the doctor told me. It was something so instant that even if Charlie had been shot in the operating room itself, nothing could have been done. There was no pain, there was no fear, no agony. One moment Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel and truth in front of a big crowd. And then he blinked. He blinked and saw his Savior in paradise. On the afternoon of September 10th.
Boy, y'all gotta have a little bit of humanity. Cause boy, I mean, that's your worst fears right there in front of you. You know, nobody wants to hear it, but it's the truth. It was a sad situation. In a blink of an eye, you gone by some vigilante